Amanda Waller has declared all-out war on Nightwing and the rest of the Titans, and if her smear campaign doesn't do in our favorite heroes, then a demonic threat from hell itself might just do it for her. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Titans issue number 9 and find out what happens next together, shall we? So then, as we join this newest issue, we actually peek on into a meeting of the Quintessence, aka some of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. We've got Green Lanterns, gods, masters of the arcane arts, and all other sorts of major movers and shakers. It would seem that they've convened this meeting because they are worried about the prophecy of the Black-Winged Queen that we ourselves as the reader only learned about in the last issue. It seems that whoever or whatever the Queen might be, she's just not threatening Earth, she's threatening the entirety of the universe as we know it. Now, back on Earth, we see via news reports that the Titans not only managed to save all the people from that major natural disaster in Key West, they actually stayed behind to help rebuild after the damage. And I gotta say, it's actually really cool to see our favorite heroes use their powers in such interesting and constructive ways. Tempest is able to direct the floodwater back into the ocean. Cyborg and Raven are able to pop around using teleportation to rescue people and pets. Hell, even Wally the Flash really impresses by using his super speed to repair people's broken homes at breakneck speed. Damn, I bet you didn't know Wally West was one hell of a contractor on top of everything else. You will probably notice, though, that one member of the team is actually missing, and that's Beast Boy. It's here that evil Raven decides to play upon the tension between the team by blaming the Flash in front of Cyborg, saying that it was Wally's idea that Gar should sit this one out after what happened in the previous issue and how generally the Titans are fighting a PR battle right now. And sadly, way too many dumb people are still believing Amanda Waller's whole smear campaign. Now, that's a pretty sinister way to play the team against one another, and it's after that we transition on over hell to see that Trigun is also dealing with the fallout of Evil Raven's new plan. It seems that Trilogy, one of his young sons, doesn't trust Dark Raven's tactics or indeed her plot to become the Black-Winged Queen. As he says it, if she's such a powerful empath, shouldn't she just be able to twist the Titans' emotions to her need and make them serve? What's with all the extra subterfuge? What's with all the extra steps? And this is where things get kind of interesting. Trigun actually gets pissed off at Trilogy for daring to question him and his plans. But more importantly, it seems that he too is actually dedicated to having his own demonic children fight against each other as well. Which certainly makes sense. Trigun might very well have thrown in behind Dark Raven and her plan to become the Black-Winged Queen, but do you think he's just gonna stand by and be subservient? Of course not. He's Trigun. He plays all the angles. And wouldn't you know it, that also includes working with human agents. In fact, we get a truly hilarious scene wherein Peacemaker is showing around some of the new recruits for the Bureau of Sovereignty, telling them how they're the good guys and they're gonna do the real good hard work that the heroes couldn't possibly ever do, only to actively walk in on his boss having a meeting with the literal devil. This is such a great scene because even though Chris Smith has been shown time and time again to be as dumb as a box of hammers, even he knows that hanging out with the devil is a bad look, and that maybe, just maybe, this is a bad idea. How does Waller's negotiations with Trigun go? Well, way better than you might think. Trigun wants Waller to wipe out the rest of the Titans team so that Dark Raven's path will be clear. In return, he promises that when the Black-Winged Queen rises to prominence and takes control of the Earth, Waller will be spared. Only here's the thing, Waller is not scared at all dealing with demons, quite the opposite. She really doesn't care one way or another if the world gets destroyed, and says that if Trigun really wants to make a deal with her, then well, it's gonna be a devil's deal, but with her, not the other way around. Back at Titan's Tower, Dick and the rest walk on in with poor Garfield depressedly watching the Food Network, and hey man, I've been there, trust me, I get it. Naturally, Beast Boy hated being sent home and he fears that his superheroing days might actually be over. Donna and Tempest tell him not to get too down on himself, that part of the superhero territory means eventually you get scapegoated by somebody, and that it's only a matter of time before the easily distracted masses move on to something else. Sadly though, Garfield still isn't hearing any of it. He ends up taking off to his room wherein he crawls into a literal shell as, aw, Pangolin, that's so adorable. This is sadly for him once again where Dark Raven decides to make another power play. She says that if Beast Boy really feels so terrible, then she should be able to use her powers as an empath to literally take away all of his bad feelings and put them elsewhere. Now, normally Beast Boy would never do something like this, but Dark Raven doesn't give him a choice. The idea being here is that one way or another she's going to make sure. Beast Boy becomes addicted to these feel-good services that she's offering. We also get to hear from the real Rachel, who's still trapped inside Dark Raven's diamond. Good Raven is resolute as ever, saying it's only a matter of time before her friends figure out that Dark Raven is masquerading around as a fake. After all, Dick Grayson is one of the greatest detectives who's ever lived. Donna Troy is a great judge of character with an unbeatable will. It's only a matter of time before Dark Raven makes a mistake, and when she does, the Titans are going to be there to whoop her ass. But wouldn't you know it, Dark Raven has already thought about this. Apparently, ever since she came to the tower, she's been using her empathetic powers to influence the rest of the team. Every time they think they might be getting close, every time they think something might be wrong, Dark Raven ends up just editing their emotions to make sure that they drop it. Of course, this isn't a perfect system. What happens when someone, say, I don't know, Hermes, messenger of the gods, comes with a very important message for Donna? Also, in another funny bit there, Hermes says he's moving way too fast for any human eye to actually perceive, only for Wally to go, hey, look everybody, it's Hermes. In an act of desperation, knowing full well that this house of cards could come crashing down around her at any moment, Dark Raven ends up jumping into the fray and attacking Hermes, saying that he's not actually the real messenger of the gods, but just a demon in disguise. A plan that might very well have worked if Donna didn't instantly jump to the conclusion, ah yes, demon problems, this must be the work of Trigun, get the rest of the Titans ready, we're going to hell again. And so that was Titans issue number 9, everybody, and overall I thought this was another really solid offering from Tom Taylor. I love all the extra focus that Beast Boy is getting ever since the events of Beast World. It's always extra tragic when you see the fun-loving, happy-go-lucky characters really getting put through the ringer like they are here. This issue also did a much better job explaining what exactly it is Dark Raven is doing and why she's doing it with the Titans right now. She wants to corrupt them like an actual demon would. Also, getting to see her use her emotional powers in a much more wicked way than real Raven ever would, I thought was a really inspired idea. You never think the powers of empathy would be useful to a supervillain, yet here we're seeing her use them to great effects, and I hope Taylor builds on that idea moving forward. Overall, I think I feel comfortable giving this one another 8 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me and the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.